Jalen Rose, we all knew it was going to happen, but it officially happened. Nikola Jokic is the MVP of the NBA. While not a surprise, it does not mean he will not be celebrated by Jalen Anthony Rose.
No doubt about it. Oh, you see him hitting with the Smitty on the post. How about the skill that this man has? So you saw him do an off-the-dribble Smitty on the post. You see him shooting a three. You see him be the roller in the pick-and-roll action and finish at the hoop. You see him shooting the ball off his right leg as a right-handed player. He's the only guy in the league as a center that they literally initiate the offense through. Oh, and by the way, if you look at the league rankings, he's top whatever in every category because he's been that dominant. The person who was second, Joel Embiid, he also played almost about 20 games more than he did. So he was consistent from beginning to end. He helped lead the Nuggets whether Murray was in or out. Well deserving of the award for our guy, the Joker. Our guy, the Joker.
And Jalen, I see something happening in the NBA. The last center to win MVP was Shaquille O'Neal around the turn of the century. You mentioned it. Number one in voting was Jokic. Number two was Joel Embiid. And think about, look at Shaq. He was so dominant. Perhaps we will have a resurgence of big men in the NBA after we listen to the words small ball for so long. But we will need a resurgence from Nikola Jokic between Game 1 and Game 2 in the key series between the Nuggets and the Suns, because in Game 1, Nikola Jokic just wasn't aggressive enough. He needs to put some fouls on Ayton. He needs to find his shot. He needs to be aggressive. Jalen, what does he need to do?
Go towards the basket and look to score. He had 3 assists because they're able to stay at home. Without Murray and without Barton, Morris didn't have the kind of game that he had in the previous series where he put up 20 in back-to-back games. But the main thing that also has to happen besides the Joker being aggressive and scoring and trying to get Ayton into foul trouble so they can now go to Saric, so they can now go to Frank Kaminsky, I think he'll solve Crowder guarding him because he's just too skilled and too big for Crowder to guard him. But the thing that's got to happen for the Nuggets is Michael Porter Jr., slow down, slow down, like the brand Nubians. Look at these shots. It's not that he can't make those shots. It's just that he's playing a hair faster than he normally does. So when you watch great players and we say he doesn't allow himself to get sped up, this is the opposite of that. He allowed that to happen to himself in the first game. I think if he slows down, continues to cut and move without the ball, get a couple of layups, get a couple of dunks, don't necessarily rely on the three-point shot to get his offense going, I think he'll perform much better in Game 2.
Yep, and there's also a couple things for the Suns that we need to point out. Number one that you want to celebrate is the guard play, what's happening in the backcourt in Phoenix.
The NCAA tournament is it's the NBA playoffs. That's right. And Monty Williams played in the league. Shout out to my little brother, Willie Green, on the staff. They're doing a terrific job of developing talent. Here's what they've done. You add Chris Paul, the point guard, who's going to have high assists, low turnovers, and great decision-making, to go with Devin Booker, who's been a primary ball handler his entire career, and early in his career scored 70 points against the Boston Celtics. Jay Crowder, now I think about it, was on that team. Pretty sure they joke about that. And now all of a sudden you develop Cam into an asset. And so now he's playing quality minutes off the bench and knocking down his lefty three. And then Mikal Bridges. He's going to play defense, but now he's scoring the ball. He played well in Game 1. So having those 4 players are really going to be troublesome for the Nuggets. But I have a question for you. Where your guy Campazzo at? Where he at?
Dame ended Campazzo last series. Dame absolutely ended Campazzo last series. He is no longer there.
No, Chris Paul ended him in Game 1.
Well,